You can download the arts in the video for free, link in the description. Drag and drop tiles on a TileMap layer while playing the game. We will create a node that will hold all the logic and display what tile that we are currently dragging. Create a new scene with the sprite 2D node as the core. Right click, rename it to tile being moved. Then go to scene, save as, and save it. Then we will set the texture to nearest as we're using pixel art. And you can choose to increase the Z index so that this node appears in front of your TileMap layer node and other nodes inside your game scene. Then select the sprite and add a script. Inside the script, we will first establish two variables. TileMap layer will hold the reference to the TileMap layer node that you want to be able to drag and drop tiles from. And we use export so that we can set this manually on the right in the inspector. Additionally, by using export, we will avoid any issues related to the spelling of any node's name, as well as avoiding having to set the variable again if we ever change the location of the TileMap layer node inside the scene tree on the left. And selected tile data will inform us that we have selected a tile, and will also tell us all of the tile's data, so we know what to place when we drop the tile down. Then inside of the built-in ready function, we will set visible to false, as we intend to set the visibility based on if we have a currently selected tile or not. And we will also set the modulate.a to 0.6 so that this node is transparent, allowing for an easier distinction between this node and an actual tile on the TileMap layer. Now for the input logic. Inside the built-in input function, which runs its code every time an input occurs, we will first check if that input is a mouse button and that it is the left mouse button. And we also check event.press so that the code only runs once when the button is held down, rather than running constantly when the left mouse button is held down. Then we check if we haven't set the TileMap layer variable. If so, then we call return to skip the code below. This is to avoid any error as we require having a valid TileMap layer node set. Then we will create a variable called cellPos, which will hold the position of the tile that the mouse is clicking on. First, we grab the global mouse position, then convert that to a local position relative to the TileMap layer node. Then we convert that local position into a map position, which a map position is basically a tile position, telling us the exact tile that the mouse is on top of. Then for the actual input logic, we will check if we haven't set the selected tile data variable, meaning that this input is selecting the tile and not placing it. Then we also check for the cell source ID, ensuring that it is not equal to -1, as -1 means that this is an empty tile. Then we set the selected tile data, providing all the data that is needed for the tile, such as its position, source ID, which is the image that we are using for the tiles, the atlas, which is the identifier for that tile under the source, and the alt, which is needed in the case that you have any alternate versions of the same tile. Then for the visuals, we will first set the visual of the sprite node to look exactly the same as the tile that we just grabbed. We will create a variable to grab the tile's atlas source, which we do first by grabbing the ID of the tile at the cell position, then grabbing the source of the ID using the TileMap layer's tileset. Then we set the texture to the tile atlas's texture. We enable region, and we set the region rect to the texture region of the selected tile data's atlas, copying that tile exactly, and then we set visibility to true. Additionally, because we have stored all the data needed for the selected tile, you can choose to edit that tile that we selected however you want to indicate that it's selected. This can include deleting the tile by setting it to -1, or you can set it to some default tile, which you can find the data of by hovering over it in the TileMap layer's tilemap tab at the bottom. Then we check else, meaning that we have already grabbed the tile and we are trying to place it right now. Now in the case that we are trying to place a tile on top of an already existing tile, we will use this code to essentially swap the tiles, using set cell at the position of the tile we grabbed, but using the data of the cell that we are trying to place the grab tile. Then we can do the same set cell function, instead using the stored values inside the selected tile data dictionary to effectively place the grab tile. And finally, we clear the dictionary as we are no longer selecting a tile, and also set the visibility to false. Now for moving the sprite node and having it snap to the grid of the TileMap layer, inside the built-in process function, we will check if selected tile data, meaning that we have grabbed a tile, and then we will create a variable that will grab the mouse position, which will first grab the global mouse position, then convert it to a local position relative to the TileMap layer, then convert that position into a map position so that the position is now snapped to the TileMap layer's grid. Then we convert that back to a local position so that it is usable. And lastly, we set the global position, the mouse pos variable, plus the global position of the TileMap layer in the case that a parent of the TileMap layer has a different position, allowing us to account for any potential offset. Now an example of using this tile drag and drop system is to go to your level scene where you want to drag and drop, then add the tile being moved scene to the level, and on the right where the TileMap layer export variable is, select assign, then select the TileMap layer that you want to interact with, and press OK. Now you can drag and drop tiles on the TileMap layer node that you can add to any of your 2D Godot games, and don't forget, you can check out the project files in the description.